Alright, so moving to this step, we have all the pieces ready to be put together. Oh, well, the two sides and the top at this point. So these are the parts you're going to need. These are the little hands off for now. The feet off. We may recut this. Right now we're just putting the top, these plates on. And also just have some extra paper at this point, because you're going to need paper to make the bottom teeth. And you may need this because the bottom may not work. This piece may not work for the bottom of it. It all depends on how the feet work out. Now this is probably one of the hardest steps you're going to be doing. This and the teeth. What I do recommend, if you don't want to do it the hard way, which I'm going to be doing it with the teeth, is to cut out your teeth and get a bottom section and then put the teeth attached right to the bottom of the mouth here. Do not attach the top ones though, just the bottom. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait till I fully paint it. And the teeth are really my last thing I put on these guys. So for me, I'm not going to do that. So if you want to wait, with me, wait if you want to do it. But I do highly recommend you don't put the top teeth on until you fully paint it. And if you have done it right with the teeth, you'll be able to slip the teeth right between the grooves here. Can't really do it right now, but it should be a little, because of the, yeah, see how that goes right in there? Yeah, that's where the teeth are going to go. And also, my little front here is kind of off a little bit. Yeah, it's this one that's got a little pointiness to it. So at this point, make sure everything's cleaned as much as possible on your carno. Close the jaws, and now we're attaching this right here. So just get the funnel shape going. Try to shape it a little bit to make it a little easier to go on. And also, don't put all the glue down and then try to attach it, because you're going to want to do it in little sections. So do the head to the neck, and attach that first. And you want to attach it to the very tip of the nose and bend it down. Don't try to cover the horn, because you want that sticking out. So you're going to rotate that right around. I'll do my best to show you how this is going to work. But this is, for me, the hardest part of the whole thing. The other side should go on pretty easy. So we'll see how well I can do this, and hopefully I can keep it all on camera. So here we go. I'm going to try to just do some shaping with this really quick. And let's get down to it. And also make sure you have a nice sharp pencil before you draw the teeth outline. Alright, enough of me delaying this. Alright, just seeing how I want to put the attachment on here. If I want to do it from here or here. I'm going to go along and start at this point. Just do that. And take the very front and slam it down. Make sure. Got it. Okay. I think that worked. It's kind of a little off right there. That's okay. Yeah, see, I would have kind of messed up. So I'm going to have to clean this all out here. This piece is good. The glue, this dried too quick for me, so just pull this. And I can fix that tear there, so I'm not too concerned about that. I'm also going to start right along the edge like that, so I can get the shape. I think I'll just do the neck first. And you might have to trim. this because this might be too much of a curve for the cardboard. Adding some extra glue. Just trying to get that nice and forced. This is definitely going to be a little challenging, but hopefully I can do it on camera so you can see my amazing skills. And because this is pretty much flat the rest of the way, I'm just going to go ahead and do the whole length of it. Even though I said don't do it, I'm going to go ahead and do it. You're definitely going to have a lot of glue hanging over, but you can clean that up. And the only part that kind of got a little messed up was the tip of the tail, so that can easily be fixed. And what's nice is that this top half was actually a little bit longer than the rest of it. That's really good. So I'm just going to clean the back here so I can attach this right. And also, if you want to make this really easy, just cut this and make it more of just a straight shot instead of this curved shot, so you can get it on way easier, because you can definitely see that I kind of messed up here quite a bit, so I'm going to have to kind of shape this. And hopefully you won't have to reshape it, but that's kind of how it's attached. I'm going to fix this up and then we'll put on the other side. So I've gone ahead and cleaned it up quite a bit. I did leave a little section back here just to show you what I do to clean it. I don't cut any of the hot glue away, I just smear it like this and smooth it out. So that's what I do. I find it better, and it also makes a nice seal. What you also can do is go in here and put some extra hot glue down, seal it nice up. And also this is a good part if you want to make the tail thicker. So now we have that side down. We go ahead and attach the next side. Now, again, it is very important when you do this to make sure that the very tip of the carnotorus snout here is the same as this one, so you get them just the same. Because you don't want those to be different in any way. So I'm going to first clean my head up here, like so, just so I can get a better view of what I'm doing here. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Oh, this is so difficult. Yeah, it's good. Don't bother with the bottom jaw right now. Right now you're just working on getting this whole thing attached. trying to see if I can't get any more glue right there this time. Doesn't look like it. It's kind of difficult for me to get this all on camera, but you got this already. So. Sealing with glue. Just at this point, I'm gonna fill the tail up with glue here. Get this nice and solid. Yeah. And also I'm gonna go through and do as much as I can with sealing this up. Okay, so that's this side done. Oh, now you can see, again, you're just gonna take your hot glue and clean up the edge, like that little spot there. Just smooth that right out. And this light's a little off, but that's okay. When I put the hide layer, because I always put a top layer over this, of just paper, which hides all the messes, so you don't see any of this ugliness underneath. But you still need to kind of smooth it out. Okay, now we'll go ahead and smooth the rest out. Later, I guess. Yeah, I can do the rest of it later. Okay, so at this point, well, my front here is kind of off. Not that it's off, it's just not fully attached. Please stand by. This turned out to be a pretty good little carno. Looks nice. I like it. Getting the drawing of this guy was a little tricky. I had to do a few different works on the head and sculpt and everything. But eventually I got the look I was wanting. So, yeah. Yes. Yes. Now we're going to attach the bottom jaw. This is going to be fun. And it's going to be really fun, partially because my jaw over here has fallen off. Yay! I love it when things break. Okay. Now that I've reattached it, I probably messed with the moving mechanism. I'm going to take a little bit of glue and put it right on the tip here, and then attach it to that. So now the bottom jaw is attached. Yay! Okay. Whew. Glue, and I need some more hot glue sticks. So I'll get one of those. Put it, reload it. Okay. So at this point, you do have your bottom section. Now you don't attach this till you put the legs on, and it's very important that you do that. So find your legs, get your arms, clean up your space. So through the magic of editing, I will clean my space. Oh, it's all clean. Now I'll give you the parts you need. Left and right leg, left and right arm. So attach the arms first. Make sure you got the right ones for the right side. Got mine marked which ones go where. Just going to put the glue right on down. Attach the arms right where it shows they should go. Flip, do the same thing. Whoop. And attach. Just like that. Kind of clean up any leftover mess. Okay. Okay, now we move on to the legs. So again, make sure the little tiny claws are on the inside. I'm just going to put the glue here. Now you might be wondering, shouldn't we put the bottom section on first? No. No, 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 no. And the reason why, at least for me, the reason why is when these legs are attached, you're going to notice that they're kind of off. What I do is I attach the legs first and then spread this out, attach it down, and then I know how thick to actually make this work. And if this isn't the right size, I'm going to have to shape it. So that's why I attach it now. Oh. Next leg. And just put the feet down. And he should stand. Oh! There you go. You've got your carnotaur put together. Little mouth. He's still not ready yet, but look, he can stand. And you can see that his feet are kind of, now they don't balance exactly just because one of the feet aren't exactly aligned, but I do want the feet a little farther spread out. So, this is all a little complicated how this actually works, so I'm actually going to see how well this attaches down first and see how this works out. You see, if you touch the bottom section on, you see what's going to happen to the legs? They're a little too far out and they're kind of wobbly. So you kind of just have to... So what I'm going to end up doing is probably shaving this off and making it smaller until it actually fits in there really nice. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's what you should do. So I'll check back in with you when I got this all fixed up. Alright, so I was able to get the shape I wanted for the bottom half, and you can see that it has been cut. But fortunately, I did have to make a new one, so that was great. So all I did here was slip it underneath and just keep filling with right around here. And then whatever was left here, I put it down, traced both sides, and cut it until it was right fit. And make sure that it attaches here. Do not have it attached to the bottom of the jaw here, so you can keep it moving. That, you want to cut a separate piece. So, we'll put on this bottom half, and then we'll see how it all looks. Let's see, how do I feel like doing this? So you either put it here or here. I'm probably going to put it here. So, the legs. Okay, at this point, definitely put it in. And going to be a refit on the front, I already know that. But the rest of it should go on smoothly. I say that. I believe we got our last bit of snow last week. It snowed a little bit, but disappeared. Winter's trying to hold it in, and I like it cold. I don't do well in heat, and summertime. I like it, the warm feels nice, but for me, I prefer, staying in the 50s. I mean, that's for me is the good temperature. 50s, 70s are okay. Anything higher than 70, though, I'm like, eh. What about you? Do you like the heat? Do you like the cold? Do you not mind? Well, I mind. Makes me not feel as good when it gets really hot. I really have to stay inside. For me, I'd rather be cozy than sweaty. Like during winter time, you can cozy up, go by the fireplace, or get a nice jacket on, have a little cocoa, and just be all nice and comfy. Summertime, you kind of just have to go into the pool. It's like the only option, really. So it's. Sorry about that. Hit the camera. Why did I hit the camera? Camera did nothing to me. Or did it? Or did it? Yeah, see, right here is kind of not well attached, so we'll just reattach that. But, right here is not that great. But it's not too bad. So we'll take a look at him. But will he stand? Nope, he doesn't stand. I'm going to have to get him a little modified with his feet again. That's okay. That's okay. The reason why he's tail heavy now is because I put too much hot glue in his back tail, so his balance is now wobbly. And I always mess up. Of course, I still have to refix this, so maybe when I open this back up to reattach this better, I can put hot glue right in there. So there we go. Another thing I can do is what I did with the Ultimasaurus here, and I put a little slab right here on both sides of his feet, which caused him to stand perfect. So if that doesn't work, we'll just give the carnotorus a little helping stand. So for me to fix this, I'm going to tear this top plate up, which wasn't too difficult at all because it wasn't really glued down. So I gotta make this nice and smooth up here. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I mean, we're not done, but yeah, I hope you enjoy some of it. Right now I'm just pouring hot glue up in the front here to kind of hopefully counterbalance the carno. It may work, it may not. We'll find out here in a minute. Getting quite slobby. And then we're just gonna slide it down. Ooh! Warm! Very warm. And there we go. It's now attached. And don't know if it's well done. Yeah, but I'm not very good with actual stuff like showing or explaining things. But I hope it's been, you've able to get what I've been saying. Or you've just been watching the video to see me and forget steps and mess up, because that's what I do. So that's a look from the carnotorus from the front. Huh? Not bad. Does he stand? What? Look at that! Got a little bit of extra hot glue right in this front. Look at that. He can stand just fine now. For the most part. Kind of have to move it around a little bit, but yeah. He's got his belly on, he's got his arms on, he's all attached, he can move his mouth. Blah, gah, gah. Now you might notice that this little red side here and this side here is a little off, so I'm going to have to cut that. But at this step, so pretty much at this point, you're going to want to clean up anything. Like I have to clean up this section and smooth it all out. Make sure you smooth it, clean it up, and get all this junk cleaned off. Like I said, just smooth it out with this. And if there's any too much of an edge, use your scissors and cut it out. X-Acto knife. I don't really recommend using this because you might cut into your figure. Or use little tiny scissors. Clean it all up, and then once it's all cleaned up, you're going to want to cover it in Elmer's glue. Cover the whole thing. Cover all of it. And then after that, we're going to put on the top paper coat, which is going to make it look very nice. Which is going to hide all of this nastiness and all this other stuff. And then after that, it moves on to painting. So, we'll get to that. I'll see you in that next part. Alright, so at this point I put this top layer on, and pretty much all you do is you're going to take a piece of paper, try to line it up, and cover it. And I also did a tiny cover for the spikes here. And then once this all dries, you're just going to cut it. And that's pretty much all this step is. I didn't show it first because, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. After I'm just showing you here. Now, it does come off a little bit now in some spots. You're going to have to fiddle with it. It's going to be a little frustrating, but it's nothing that can't be solved. I'm just going to clean it up. The tail on mine is a little too short, but it's good enough. It's good enough. For me, at least. You might want to... You'll probably end up doing a better job than me here. So. And then what I do when it comes to these sections, I cut it. I'll use some real scissors here, and I cut it along. This will just make it easier for when I actually cut and trim it. And then just trim it up and see how well it all looks. Try using some big scissors. It's a little difficult just because it curves. Same thing on the other side. Okay. It's coming along pretty nicely. Just trying to see what angle I want to cut this at. It's kind of awkward, so just trying to keep it in video here and cut and talk. It's a little overcast where I am right now. It's not too bad. Actually, if it was full-on summertime, I would say there's a fire somewhere because of all the grayness of the sky right now. But it's not that far into summer, and we're not even really officially summer yet, so can't say it's a fire, just overcast. But it looks like it's hot and smoky outside. But it's not, so that's nice. It's always good to be prepared for evacuations with fires, you know. I do have a tub, emergency tub, where I put all my things that I will grab when we evacuate, because we did evacuate last summer, because there was a fire that exploded in a lumber yard close by our house. Actually, it was really close by our house. It would have probably taken us about 5-minute drive to get there. But yeah, it was interesting. They managed to get the fire under control, and don't worry, we have fire insurance if there's a fire, so it's not like we, lose anything. And I can buy back anything I do lose, or make anything that I do lose. So, it would be a little disappointing to lose some of the stuff I have, but for the most part, no. Because everything I did grab was everything that's important to me, like my Legos, my Jurassic Park dinosaurs, laptop, just the stuff that I really don't want to lose. This is incredible discussion, by the way. Let's talk about fire safety. And that it's okay. Now you can see the bottom jaw here is kind of off. Now I would take it off and reposition it, but I don't want to. I'm just going to smooth it out that way. And I did end up making the bottom half of the jaw to slap on here, like so. And so I can still open and close. So I'll probably end up doing that. I'm just trying to think, because the mouth doesn't really open too wide. Let's see, at this point I'm kind of figuring out how I'm going to put the teeth, the lower teeth in. Probably going to use this, touch them in there, or I can slip them in from the bottom. But I'm just going to go with the way I normally have to do it. Just because that's the way I know, and yes, just clean it up. Don't want to over clip this, so I'm going to go ahead and put the bottom plate on. So. Clean this up a little bit. Keep your areas clean so you don't, again, throw away anything that is important, because that's always a pain. See how well I can do this. See my pro skills. Because I know you've probably been very impressed with my amazing skills so far. Kidding, by the way. I don't like it. I'm going to have to do some trimming of it. I might actually take it off and try to redo it here, but I'll just see. I'll just see what I end up doing. it's kind of a lot of experimentation with every one I make. I mean, it's not like I use any like amazing planning when I make these. I kind of just start putting them together. So I think it'll be fine. Just gonna trim it a little bit here. Make it hopefully look a little better. Again, smooth it out with some hot glue. So at this point, you can decide for yourself if you want to do this top, the same top thing right here to the bottom, like put another piece of paper slice on the bottom to cover it up. But for me, I don't know. I think it looks okay. I don't think I need to put another bottom layer. Looks fine. I mean, I would if it was really bad, but looks good. Looks good for me. So I'm not going to do it. So at this step, this is the final step here, guys, before you start painting. So at this point, this is where you want to clean anything up. Like right here, there's a smear. So you're going to want to clean up anything left over. And at this point, to really secure this top to the bottom, you're going to want to cover this in Elmer's glue. Look for any little holes or anything that you might find and seal it up. And again, cover this whole thing in Elmer's glue. Now again, the teeth are the last things that go in. So if you have the teeth in right now, it's no. So just start covering this whole thing in Elmer's glue. Let it dry. Put at least 2 coats of Elmer's glue on this. That way you make sure everything's nice and covered. And after that, we'll start painting. And I might make that a part 2 video. Just because, like, part 1, how to make it. Part 2, painting. But again, I don't really think you need me to tell you how to color it, because it's really up to you. But I'll probably end up just showing you how, like, different ideas and stuff. So this was how to make your carnotorus. Now again, it doesn't have teeth or anything, so make sure to watch the next part, and I will be able to paint and get the teeth in. Alright, so thank you for watching this. Hope it was great and helpful, and at least entertaining for you. So I will see you in part 2. Have a great day. Bye.